Hello, my name is Dr. Bob McBride and I'm the proud superintendent of Lockport Township High School District 205, and this is your board meeting brief for the board meeting that we had on Monday, January 24th, 2022. I'm using my board agenda. It's a little tattered from last night's board meeting, and one of the most frequent questions I receive is, how do I access a board agenda? How do I become a part of a board meeting? And really, for that matter, how do I access anything about our township high school district? We always publish everything on our website, and we've really tried to make our website a one-stop for all parents. Every time we have a board meeting, we publish about 3 to 4 days in advance. We do that on the website, but also on our Twitter feed, our Facebook feed as well. But our website isn't just for board agendas. You can locate our curriculum guide, every single course that we offer and what is taught in those courses. Working with your student, you can access Google Classroom, Google Meet, and the Student Splash page. Sitting down and partnering with your student and logging in and logging on, you can see what your student experiences and can access online. Also, our district website is filled with all the type of utilities that you as a parent need to use, which range from everything of how to report a crisis or an incident of bullying or harassment, all the way to information about district policies. So I encourage you to use that website and partner with your own child in terms of what he or she accesses online. And of course, follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Now into the board agenda. We began our board meeting with one of the most important and consequential things we do. We're a people first district, and we had the honor and privilege as a Board of Education of doing some resolutions to honor some very important people. We honored Kennedy Pitchford and Morena Ramos, two seniors who took the PSAT NMSQT and were honored by the National Merit Organization as being in the top 1% of almost 3 million students their age that took that test last year. So congratulations to Kennedy and Morena. We also honored Mike Dwyer and Matt Eber, our athletic director and our assistant athletic director. We wanted to recognize them because December is National Athletic Director Month. These are two gentlemen who have done more than anyone that I can think about to keep our athletic programs and activities open, going, thriving, and flourishing during this pandemic. But just as important are our activities. And we had the great pleasure of honoring arts. We honored all of our all-state musicians, and we honored our Wind Symphony, who had the opportunity to perform at the 75th Midwest International Band and Orchestra Clinic. So proud of all of them. A few other things that I would draw to the attention of our parents. In my superintendent update, one of the things that I really highlighted was something we called Day On. We partnered with the Lockport Chamber of Commerce, so glad that they would do this with us. And on Martin Luther King Day, while most students and many parents had the day off, 200 of our students came to East Campus, got organized in the morning, and for the next 5 hours went out into the community to different community sites to volunteer their time in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. This is really part of our board's commitment to providing opportunities for students to volunteer as part of the board's requirement that all porters achieve 40 hours of community service before they graduate as a graduation requirement. Another important thing on our agenda that I would draw your attention to, I know when I was a high school student, high school parent, important to me, school fees. We have an unusual feature in our school fees, and our board approved our school fees for next year. We charge one fee, a flat fee for everything: activities, athletics, technology, books, for everything that our students do. It's $315. And that might seem like quite a bit, but it gives students access to everything. An important thing I would want parents to know is we have not increased that fee in 13 years. We know that costs are rising. We are interested in keeping costs sustainable and maintainable for you as a family. We also worked quite a bit on policy. In 2021, there were almost 400 education bills in the state legislature that passed. What happens is those become law, and then boards of education have to write those into the policies that we have. And our board is now working on reviewing policies to make sure that we're aligned with state law. I'd like to alert parents to a very important law, Aaron's Law. Most of the policies that we worked with in this board meeting related to Aaron's Law. Aaron's Law is a law that was really the thought and brainstorm of a young woman named Erin Marin, who unfortunately, when Aaron was very young, 6, 7, 8 years old, was the victim of child sexual abuse. Aaron took it upon herself through the legislator to enact landmark legislation that would ask schools to partner with parents, teachers, and students to develop policy, age-appropriate education to protect our young people from grooming and from sexual abuse. Very important and consequential policy work that we did last night to protect and educate our porters, and also develop policy for conduct rules for adults as well. Finally, something that I know is so important was on our agenda last night. We had a first reading of the school calendar for the 2022-2023 school year. I know this is important to you as families. We did a survey and we heard something loud and clear from you. As parents, you want our high school calendar as aligned as possible to our feeder schools. Next year, we are proposing starting school on Tuesday, August 16th. That almost directly lines up with where our feeder schools are starting. We're proposing that we would exit for winter break on Thursday, December 22nd. Again, directly in line with our feeder schools. Spring break is the same for all of our feeder schools and for Lockport Township High School last week of March. And then our exit date would be Wednesday, May 31st. That also aligns with our feeder districts. We know how important that is. We've also kept and maintained ending the first semester before winter break, so students get a clear break. And something that we have found in this pandemic that's so important, 3-day weekends. Students need a break, teachers need a break. Every month of the year would include a 3-day weekend, a time for families, students, parents, and our staff to regroup, recoup, and refresh for what's ahead. That's your board meeting brief for the board meeting on January 24th, 2022. Thanks so much for your attention. Have a great week. And my final thought is thank you to all the parents who have partnered with us through wintry and cold weather to keep school open. Thanks so much, and go Porters.